after 2 years of being a solo practitioner and struggling, I decided that, okay, it wasn't so much well, the financial struggle was a struggle, but I also realized that I needed mentorship in order to really learn the profession. And so I needed to be in a firm where I had, other lawyers that could help me. And so I ended up joining a very prominent litigation firm, who's the senior partner, which was, his name is Wally Fujiyama, who was one of Hawaii's greatest trial attorneys. And so I had a chance to work with Wally for 14 years until he passed away. And then I started my own law firm back in 1994. Well, within a couple of years after, just starting my law firm, as we were just starting to, kind of get our act together and try to grow and be profitable, I got tapped by the probate judge to be this court master for the Bishop estate. And so I took on that assignment, and it was, I was tasked with reviewing the accounts of the trustees of the largest charitable trust in Hawaii, which, at the time probably was about, $6 billion in assets. And, it operated an important school for Native Hawaiian children. But the trustees were also very much involved with a number of questionable investments and other activities that created a lot of controversy around the administration of the trust. But in Hawaii, because the Bishop estate is the largest private landowner, they have tremendous influence and power throughout the state. One of the reasons why I got selected for this position was that the judge couldn't find enough lawyers that weren't conflicted, because they either represented the trust or they represented clients that did business with the trust. And since my firm did neither, I qualified. Well, no sooner did I get appointed than there was a controversy that broke out involving the trustees and their administration of the school. And, it gained a lot of public attention. And so I ended up in being master and tasked with reviewing the trust at a time when, there were high expectations in terms of, what will the system actually accomplish in terms of addressing what people felt was not the best administration of the trusts and its affairs. Well, what that meant was that, potentially I would have to offend the 5 most powerful people in Hawaii. And having just started out my law firm, it was kind of an intimidating prospect, because I thought, well, if I really get them upset by doing my job, I may not end up being able, might end up being blackballed in Hawaii. And so that wouldn't be good for my firm. And so I actually thought about resigning my appointment, because it was certainly not what either the judge or I had contemplated when I agreed to take it on. But then, as I thought about it, I reflected on, why did I go to law school? What were the aspirations that I had as a teenager growing up, and when I went to college, and and wanting to make a difference in society. And I thought to myself, okay, you've spent over 15 years practicing law. What have you done with all the training and the opportunities that were presented to you to make a difference? And so it made me realize that, look, this is the opportunity. This is where you can make a difference if you do your job properly and you do it in a forthright manner. And so I decided to stick it out, and I ended up writing, reports that were very critical of the trust, the trustees, and how they were administering it. And it eventually led to their removal as trustees. And so, yeah, it was a very controversial and very challenging period of my life. And it extended over like almost 4 years.